Good evening, everyone. I hope you all can hear me properly. See the screen clearly visible to everyone. See the screen clearly visible to everyone. Yes, I hope everything is fine. Yes, Nila, Shraddha, Om Legit. Yes, good evening. Yes, Nila, Shraddha, Om Legit. Yes, good evening. Now, is there any echo issues? It's heavily raining over here. That's why I just increased the volume. I hope it's now everything is clear and fine to everyone. Yes, good evening, Shivani. Yes, give me hearts on the screen, and then we are going to begin this amazing chapter of chemical coordination and integration. Part number one, along with the NCERT marking series. Yes, thank you so much, guys. So this is a part one lecture. I have cut, copy, paste the NCERT itself over there on the screen. So I hope you all have taken your short notes, your color pens, your highlighters, your markers, your NCERT textbook, and your notebook for writing the extra points. Done, everyone. So this is an amazing Telegram group at BioPoint New where we conduct regular discussion, polls, and quizzes, updates on our classes and OMR examination. And guys, will you guys be able to write the exam tonight? Or is there any important function related to Diwali happening today evening? Please tell me, should I postpone the test today after tomorrow, or should you will you all be able to write it today evening itself? Can you all write the test today evening itself? Please tell me, okay, so that I can arrange the test according to your timing. So this is a crash course happening now for NEET 2021-2022. For 100 days, join our Telegram group to know more about the crash course that is happening today. We have successfully completed day number 4. So those who are watching the session, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our wonderful channel of BioPoint. Stream the world of bio. Yes, everybody is telling that they can write it today evening itself. So no issue, no postponement required. Okay, just 25 questions for today. Because all of you have, I hope you might have brought crackers. I don't know what's the case with there. In Kerala, we have limitations from 2 hours is permitted for all the house members to just burn out the crackers and all celebrate Diwali. Okay, just 2 hours from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. They have allotted the time. So afterwards, no one is required. No one is allowed. So I don't know what's the case. It may differ in each state. So beginning with the chapter of chemical coordination and integration. Ready, everyone? Give me a thumbs up on the chat box, and we are going to begin in the next few seconds. Done? Thank you so much. So read that NCERT along with me. You have already learned that the neural system provides a point-to-point rapid coordination. But the problem with neural control and coordination is that the neural control is fast, but it is short-lived. MCQ question. MCQ question. Okay. So the neural control and coordination is absolutely, they are very fast because transmitted by electrical impulses. But the problem is they are short-lived for that particular period of time only. As the nerve fibers do not innervate All cells of the body and the cellular function needed to be continuously regulated. A special kind of coordination and integration. Guys, the nerve fibers will not be what? Connected to all the body organs, all the body system. So there is a need for another control and coordination. There should be another system that coordinates and integrates the function of all other organs and organ system, where nerves are not, or neural control is not possible for so long. Done. So this function is brought about by a particular set of secretion which is known as the hormone. It is known as the hormones, and together the neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and regulate the physiological functions of the body. Done. So according to your new NCERT, this is the page which you can see in new NCERT, page number 331. In everybody's text, is it the page number 331? You can see the sentences. So guys, tell me, be active with me on the comment section, then only you will have an entertaining session. So guys, glands can mainly be classified into two, right? Glands can mainly be classified into two. What are the two different types of gland? What are the two different types of gland which are seen inside our body? Tell me fast without wasting time. Please comment the answers as fast as you can on the chat box. The two types of gland. Yes, absolutely, Shraddha. You can see inside our body what? Two types of gland. That is, first one is the exocrine gland and the second one is the endocrine gland. Tell me, what is the secretion of exocrine gland? Yes, Nila, Shivani, very good. Tell me the secretions of exocrine glands. What you will call the secretions of exocrine glands? Yes, everyone. Secretion of exocrine gland. What you will call? Simple question, right? Exocrine gland. I hope no one answers me on the chat box. Yes, absolutely. Again, it is enzymes. So, guys, enzymes is a secretion of the exocrine gland, and the hormone is the secretions of endocrine glands. So, in this chapter, we are going to study about the particular endocrine glands and the associated hormone. Because about some exocrine glands and about some of the enzymes we studied in the chapter digestion, the very first chapter of human physiology. So this is our last chapter for human physiology that we are doing today. Done, everyone? Just mark, highlight and the important points along with me. Ready, everyone, for highlighting the important points of the chapter along with me? Yes. Neural system provides a point-to-point rapid coordination. First point, the neural coordination is fast but short-lived. Yes, a special kind of control and coordination has to be provided inside our body, and this is carried out by the hormone and the neural system. The neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinates all the physiological functions of the body. So that is the important thing happening inside the body. So guys, we are moving. This is not from the NCERT. I have included both NCERT points as well as NCERT cut copy and also some of the images in order to make you clearly understand about certain things. Can you all see the labelings very clearly, or should I zoom the image? Can you all see the image clearly on the screen, or should I increase the size? Yes. So let's move it one by one on the screen. So guys, in this chapter, we have to study about some of the endocrine glands which are present inside our body. So firstly, we will be studying about the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. Pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. Look, this is the location of the pituitary gland. As we discuss each what endocrine glands in detail, we would be discussing and showing you the images, highlighted images of each these points. So guys, the small area of our region, brain region, is occupied by two main glands, that is the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. Okay, this is the side view actually showing in females also. It is definitely the side view only. So pituitary gland and hypothalamus is the gland number one that we are doing. Then you have to study about the pineal glands, which is located just above the base of the pituitary gland, just above the anterior portion of the pituitary gland, which we will study. Then you have to study about the thyroid and the parathyroid gland, in case both you have thyroid and parathyroid gland. Then you have the thymus gland. Then pancreas. What is the importance of pancreas? Take it down, everybody. Pancreas is referred to as an heterocrine gland. You can call pancreas as an heterocrine gland or a mixocrine gland, or you can call it as the endoexocrine gland. Why? Because the exocrine part is there, endocrine part is also there. Yes, the endocrine part secretes hormones, insulin, glucagon, etc., and the exocrine part of the pancreas secretes digestive juices. Then you have the adrenal gland, which is located above each kidney. When we discussed about excretory products and their elimination, I told you about the adrenal gland, which is present. If this is the kidney, you will have the cap-like structure. You will have definitely a cap-like structure which fits above this kidney. Then you have, in case of males, you have the testes, and in case of females, you have the ovary and placenta, which is seen only during the time of pregnancy. So these are the main important glands which we have to study in this chapter. Hope you have taken a screenshot for this. Yes, everyone. Moving on to the next slide. Yes, back to our NCERT. Endocrine glands and the hormone. So we are studying about the endocrine glands. Okay, endocrine glands. So endocrine glands lack duct. What is the importance of, what is the speciality of endocrine gland? Endocrine glands are ductless gland that secrete the particular secretion that controls and coordinates all the body organs, that is the hormone. Yes, so the endocrine glands lack duct and hence they are referred to as the ductless gland. Their secretion is called hormone. Then the classical definition of hormone as a chemical produced by the endocrine gland, and you have to understand that these hormones are certain secretions by the endocrine glands which are directly poured into the blood. Guys, for example, the duodenum and all, you have certain duct in digestive system, which all duct we studied. In the digestive system, which all duct we studied about the hepatic duct. I'm telling some examples, okay? Hepatic duct, then hepatopancreatic duct, common bile duct. Different duct we studied. Why? Because all those organs were what? Exocrine parts of the body. So they have special duct to carry their what? Secretion. But endocrine glands are those glands which have a particular kind of secretion and they do not have a particular duct to carry their secretion. Yes, everyone. Can we move on to the definition of hormone? I hope you all can see the yellow marking, or should I change the color to red or green? Or yellow is clearly visible. I'll change it to red. Okay. So the hormones are non-nutrient chemicals. Which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amounts trace amounts. The new definition covers a number of new molecules in addition to the hormones secreted by the organized endocrine glands. The invertebrates possess very simple endocrine glands with a very few hormone, whereas a large number of chemical act as hormones and provides a coordination in case of vertebrates. So how many glands, different exocrine, not exocrine, endocrine glands have we discussed in the earlier slide? We have discussed so many endocrine glands, and all those glands we have to study in detail in this chapter. Okay. Actually, this acts as a base for your medical courses. When you reach your medical college, you will have all these particular things that you are studying over here as a base over there. So done, everyone. The NCERT highlight points I am going to tell next. Some of the points you have to get it marked. Endocrine glands lack duct. Endocrine glands lack ducts. They are called ductless gland. Their secretion are called a hormone. Then they are released into the blood since they don't have any type of duct to carry their secretion. They are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amounts. Done, everyone. So these are the important points that you have to highlight from this particular slide. So guys, this is the hormone. This is the hormone secreted by all the endocrine glands that we have to study over here. Clear? These are the hormones that we have to study, and I'll tell you which all are the hormone. Just now take a screenshot. Just now take a screenshot because we have to discuss in detail about each one of them. Okay? So I'm not explaining the particular slide right now. After, you can take a screenshot and save it in your mobile phone, because at last you will have an easy method of learning all the hormones at one particular gland. So moving on to the endocrine system, all of you take page number 332 of your NCERT. We are going to start with page number 332 of your NCERT. So let's begin with the human endocrine system. So this is the diagram which is there in your NCERT. Very important diagram. NCERT diagram based question you can expect from this particular diagram. So as we learn each portion, you will get it. So the endocrine glands and the hormone producing diffused tissues and cells located in different parts of our body constitutes the endocrine system. So we have certain glands such as the pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, parathyroid, thymus, gonads, that is testis in case of males, and ovary in case of females are the organized endocrine glands of our body. Everybody check into the diagram. Hypothalamus in the brain region. Below, at the base of the hypothalamus, you have the master gland of our body. That is the pituitary. Then you have the pineal gland. Then coming down, you have the thyroid and the parathyroid gland. Near to the heart, you have the thymus gland. Then you have the pancreas, adrenal gland, testes in case of males, and ovary in case of females. Guys, both this testis and ovary cannot come in one particular person. This is actually the diagrammatic representation. Okay, in order to make you clear with one particular diagram, instead of being a two, they have included this particular diagram also over here. Done? So these are the different endocrine system. These are the different endocrine glands that you have to study in detail in this chapter. In addition to all these things, some other organ, for example, the gastrointestinal tract, the liver, kidney, heart also produces some bit of hormone. They also produces some amount of hormone, but we cannot tell that they are completely endocrine glands also. So we have to discuss in detail about each one of these glands right now. Can we move on with the first one, hypothalamus, everyone? I hope you all are seeing your NCERT. So in this particular slide, you have to mark down all these. You have to highlight in all these important glands: pituitary, pineal, thyroid, adrenaline, pancreas, parathyroid, thymus, gonads, testis in males, and ovary in females. And apart from all these types of glands, you have the gastrointestinal sorry gastrointestinal tract, liver, kidney, and the heart also produces certain types of hormones. Done, everyone? Yes. Thank you so much. Moving on to the first one, hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, you have to study this particular thing. Hypothalamus, basal part of diencephalon of the forebrain. I am not asking you the question of what is diencephalon and all, because I hope you might have forgot everything. I'm 100% sure that if I ask you a question on diencephalon, you are not going to answer to me. Yes? So please revise the nervous control and coordination also, because when I taught that chapter also, I told you we have certain locations, we have to study that chapter. For studying the neural control, only then we could master in the chemical coordination with some topic. So mark it, everyone. Hypothalamus is located in the basal part of the diencephalon of the forebrain. It regulates a wide spectrum of body function. It contains several groups of neurosecretory cells, which you will call it as the nuclei. Yes, I got an answer for diencephalon in the comment section. So guys, it's a request you have to revise the chapter again and again. Okay, so in the hypothalamus, name the type of cells which is present in the hypothalamus that produces hormone. They are a group of neurosecretory cell, which you will call it as the nuclei. Nuclei is the particular neurosecretory group of cells that is present in the hypothalamus, which produces hormones. Have you all got the point of nuclei? Give me hearts on the chat box. Give me hearts on the screen if you are understanding the topic up to nuclei. Those who are hearing it for the first time, especially. Done, everyone? Yes. So these hormones regulate the synthesis. What is the main function? These hormones regulate the synthesis and secretion of the pituitary hormone. Even though we know that pituitary gland is known as the master gland, even though we know that the pituitary gland is known as the master gland of our body, the hypothalamus is a particular organ that controls the synthesis and secretion of the pituitary hormone. The hormones produced by hypothalamus are of two types. So mainly we have two types of hypothalamic hormone. The first set of hormone is the releasing hormone. What do you mean by releasing hormone? They stimulate the production, they stimulate the secretion of a pituitary hormone. So releasing hormone, they stimulate the secretion of the pituitary hormone. And the second set, you have the inhibiting hormone. What do you mean by the term inhibit? Inhibit means they inhibits the secretion of the pituitary hormone. For example, a hypothalamic hormone called gonadotropin releasing hormone, GnRH. Very important MCQ, very important MCQ. Okay. Stimulates the pituitary gland. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. It stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete the gonadic hormone, or the gonadotropins, you will call it as. Okay. Gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates and secretes the synthesis of gonadotropins, or the androgens from the testis and the estrogen and progesterone from the ovary. Done, everyone? Are you getting clear with this slide? Give me yes on the chat box. Yes, thank you so much. So let's mark out the important points. I hope you are clear. There are two sets of hypothalamus. I'll tell you once again right from, you will have a quick recap of the entire thing. Hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is located on the basal part of the forebrain or the diencephalon, and it contains certain neurosecretory cells. It contains certain neurosecretory cell which you call it as the nuclei that produces the hormone. So the hypothalamus mainly produces the hormones in two different sets. That is, the first set is the releasing hormone. The first set is the releasing hormone, and the second set is the inhibiting hormone. The second set is the inhibiting hormone. Releasing hormone means they stimulate the secretion. They stimulate the secretion of a particular pituitary hormone. And inhibitory hormone, they inhibits the secretion of the pituitary hormone. Done, everyone? So this is important to study in this particular slide. So guys, this is the location of the hypothalamus. I'll clearly show you. Look guys, this is the hypothalamus clearly shown in the diagram. Hypothalamus, and the portion that is hanging from the hypothalamus, you will call this as the pituitary, and this entire portion you will call it as the hypothalamus. Can you all see it clearly? Yes, can you all see it clearly? So this portion, the marking, I'm marking it with the yellow region. Okay, this yellow region represents the hypothalamus. It's exactly shown on the diagram where it is located also. And the rose, that's pink colored marking that I'm drawing right now, it indicates the pituitary gland. Actually, pituitary gland is a very small one. Okay, in the diagrams you are seeing it to be bigger. Done, everyone? So look, this is the hypothalamus, and the small hanging part you will call it as what? The pituitary gland. Yes, back. The gonadotropin releasing hormone, that is GnRH, stimulates the pituitary gland in the synthesis and release of gonadotropins. On the other hand, so pituitary synthesis of gonadotropin releasing hormone is an example of a releasing hormone. The abbreviation is very important: GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. On the other hand, you have the somatostatin, which is also secreted by the hypothalamus. It inhibits the release of growth hormone. It inhibits the somatostatin, it inhibits the secretion of growth hormone from the pituitary gland. So these hormones originating in the hypothalamic neuron pass through the axon and are released from the nerve endings. These hormones reach the pituitary gland through a portal circulatory system and regulate the functioning of the anterior pituitary. Actually, all these hormones which are secreted, the gonadotropin, the releasing hormone, and the inhibiting hormone, are mainly concerned with the control of the anterior pituitary. We have mainly three different parts of the pituitary. You have an anterior pituitary and a posterior pituitary, and in the middle you have a small portion, intermediate pituitary also is there. So this releasing hormone and the inhibiting hormone, all these hormones are mainly concerned with controlling the function of the anterior pituitary, while the posterior pituitary is under the direct neural coordination of the hypothalamus. Done, everyone? Hope you all got the point. Yes, the posterior pituitary is under the direct neural control of the particular hypothalamus. Actually, guys, the scientifically it is proved that, or the scientific truth, when we study according to your NCERT, you have to study that posterior pituitary secretes two different hormones. First one, ADH, vasopressin, ADH, vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, and the second one is the oxytocin, vasopressin and oxytocin. Actually, both these hormones are the secretions of what? Both ADH and oxytocin are the secretion of hypothalamus and not posterior pituitary. Since hypothalamus directly cannot release the hormone, they are passed on to the posterior pituitary for storage. So from the posterior pituitary, it is taken out. Done, everyone. So this is the actual truth or actual thing we are observing. But according to your NCERT, they have made something like when a question comes, ADH is produced by. Then if the option doesn't contain posterior pituitary, then you can go for the option as hypothalamus. Mostly, most of the question you will see the option has to be posterior pituitary itself. Yes, everyone. So let's move on with the next one. So guys, these are the main hormones or these are the parts of the pituitary. Guys, whenever you are drawing the pituitary gland, you will have three portions like this. Okay, in the intermediate region also you will have a particular portion. You will have an intermediate portion also. Okay, and what are all those things? Intermediate portion is also there. That is this region anterior pituitary, posterior pituitary, anterior pituitary, and this is the intermediate region. So don't think that the intermediate region it's not included because it is not producing any hormone. Yes, it produces a particular hormone and we have to study. Then you have to write the option which is mentioned there in your NCERT. Your NCERT contains a sentence like this: the posterior pituitary stores and releases two hormones called oxytocin and vasopressin, which are actually synthesized by hypothalamus. So, what can be the answer? Hypothalamus itself. If hypothalamus doesn't come as an option, then you can go for the posterior pituitary. Page number 333, first paragraph, last, towards the last, you will have this sentence. So everybody onto this diagram, you will have the anterior pituitary gland and the posterior pituitary gland. The anterior pituitary gland secretes certain hormones such as TSH. Guys, please take along with me TSH. What do you mean by TSH? Thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroxine, or which stimulates the production of thyroxine. ACTH. We'll study about it. So at that particular time, I'll write the full form of all these things. ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Then you have LH, luteinizing hormone. FSH, you know, follicle stimulating hormone. GH, you know, growth hormone. And last one, prolactin. Guys, prolactin also have a short form which can come for your exam, PRL. Prolactin, PRL. Then the posterior pituitary, two hormones, oxytocin, vasopressin. Actually, these are releasing hormone only. The posterior pituitary is a releasing structure. There is no hormone synthesized over there. It's actually releasing two hormones. Done, everyone. So these are the two set of hormone set which are secreted by the anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. So we are going to discuss one by one in each in a very detailed manner. So let's first discuss over there. The pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is located in a bony cavity which is known as sella turcica. Have you all marked it? MCQ question. MCQ question. Okay, first one. The pituitary gland is located in a bony cavity. The pituitary gland is located in a bony cavity, and that bony cavity you will call it as the sella turcica. Important MCQ. And this is attached to the hypothalamus by a stalk. The pituitary gland is anatomically divided into two, that is the adenohypophysis and the neurohypophysis. What are the two parts? Adenohypophysis and the neurohypophysis. Done? Adenohypophysis and the neurohypophysis. The adenohypophysis consists of two portions, that is pars distalis, pars intermedia. So guys, The pituitary gland is mainly divided into two, that is the adenohypophysis and the neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis and the neurohypophysis. The adenohypophysis again consists of two parts. That is, first one is the pars distalis. Second one, pars intermedia. Pars distalis, pars intermedia. Okay. And the neurohypophysis is also known as pars nervosa. The neurohypophysis is also known as the pars nervosa. Adenohypophysis, you can call it as the posterior pituitary. Not posterior, sorry, anterior pituitary. And neurohypophysis, you can call it as the posterior pituitary also. Done? So let's move on to the different hormones which are secreted over there. So the pars distalis region, that is the pars distalis region of the pituitary gland, which is commonly known as the anterior pituitary, produces a set of hormones called growth hormone GH, prolactin PRL, thyroid stimulating hormone TSH, adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH, then luteinizing hormone LH, follicle stimulating hormone FSH. Have you all taken down or marked all these statements in page number 333 on your NCERT, everyone? The hormones secreted by anterior pituitary gland. All these are the different hormones secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. Growth hormone, prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone TSH, adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH, luteinizing hormone LH, follicle stimulating hormone FSH. Done, everyone? So moving on to the next one, the pars intermedia. The pars intermedia, there is a middle region. It secretes only one hormone, which you will call it as the MSH or the melanocyte stimulating hormone. What do you mean by melanocyte? It is something which determines the color of our skin. The color gives color to our body. Melanocyte stimulating hormone. So melanocyte stimulating hormone is secreted by what? Is secreted by the pars intermedia. And you have the pars intermedia. In case of human beings, the pars intermedia is almost merged with the pars distalis. That is why we are considering pituitary as only two parts. In case of human beings, especially, the pars distalis is mixed or merged with pars intermedia. So we cannot actually differentiate very clearly between the two. The last set of part is the neurohypophysis, which is also known as the pars nervosa, known as the posterior pituitary gland. It stores, releases two hypothalamic hormone called oxytocin and vasopressin, which are actually synthesized by what? Hypothalamus. Done, everyone? Have you all marked it? Have you all marked it and noted down the important points over mentioned here? Yes, everyone. Give me hearts on the screen then. Give me hearts on the screen. Yes, thank you so much. So guys, this is the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland, look at the structure of the pituitary gland. It is located like this. Since the pars intermedia is merged with the pars distalis in case of human beings, we cannot have a clear differentiation in the images also. Look, I'm going to zoom this particular. They have already zoomed you the structure, but I'll zoom you guys. This is the pituitary gland. Look at how small it is. Just a hanging structure is a pituitary gland. But it is actually what? It's not a small thing. It is a master gland of our body that controls a small thing which is hanging, just controls and coordinates the functioning of all other endocrine glands. Look at how small it is. This is the enlarged image. This is the enlarged image for that particular pituitary gland, everyone. Yes. So this is actually the diagram which is there in your NCERT itself. So for our exam, we have to refer this diagram and not the last one. Okay, so this is an NCERT. This is a diagrammatic representation of the pituitary and its relationship with hypothalamus. Pituitary and hypothalamus. Look, guys, this is actually, they have shown it diagrammatically hypothalamus, and below the hypothalamus, in the hypothalamus, you have certain hypothalamic neurosecretory cells. And these are the hypothalamic neurons, the neurons which are present on our brain, the hypothalamic neurons, which actually helps in the process of conduction of impulses. So, below the hypothalamus, you will have the pituitary gland lying or hanging. That is, you will have two types, that is anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. Posterior pituitary actually does not produce any hormone, but it helps in the release of certain hormones. It helps in the release of certain hormones, but anterior pituitary produces certain tropic hormone. That is very important, guys, very important. Tropic hormones. The collectively all the hormones of the the collective name or the collective term used for all the hormones of the anterior pituitary, you will called as the tropic hormone. Can any one of you now tell me on the chat box the neurosecretory cells of hypothalamus? Can any one of you tell me? Question number 1. Neurosecretory cells of hypothalamus. Anybody on the chat box? Fast, we don't have time. We have to move forward. Neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus. Yes. Yes, Rojana, they are known as nuclei. They are known as nuclei. Okay. Done, everyone? Have you all got the points? Neurosecretory cells of hypothalamus, you will call it as the nuclei. Yes. Guys, this is a very important slide. Very important means 500% direct MCQ questions can come from this slide. So we have to take it seriously itself. Okay. So the over secretion of the growth hormone. Growth hormone is one of the hormone, pituitary hormone. So over secretion of the growth hormone leads to abnormal growth of the body, which leads to gigantism. You have to study it very clearly. Over secretion of growth hormone causes gigantism, and low secretion of growth hormone causes stunted growth. Leads in stunted growth, which leads to pituitary dwarfism. Okay, gigantism and dwarfism. You have to study these both terms. Over secretion of growth hormone, gigantism. Low secretion of growth hormone, dwarfism. Guys, over secretion, in your NEET exam, you will see another name, hyper secretion. Okay, for your exam, they will ask you hyper secretion of growth hormone results in dash. Then the answer is gigantism. Then hyposecretion. What do you mean by hypo? Hypo means low. Hyper means more. Hyperactive, we will tell, right? So hyperactivity of the growth hormone causes gigantism, and the hypo secretion of the growth hormone causes dwarfism. Then the excess secretion of the growth hormone in adult. Guys, this is the case with the children. This is the case with the children. In case of adult, if growth hormone exceeds, in the case of especially in the middle-aged person, it can cause severe disfigurement, especially of the face, leading to a particular disorder known as acromegaly. Guys, don't fear after seeing the image which I am going to show you after, because there are certain people which is like that, who are affected by acromegaly, who are affected by dwarfism, gigantism, all these things. But rarely only we will see such kind of people. Okay, when don't get tensed or don't get feared when you see gigantism, dwarfism, it's okay, but don't acromegaly. Okay. Just imagine the condition if our body looks like that. Okay, so by God's grace, everybody is safe. So, acromegaly may lead to serious complication and premature death. The disease is hard to diagnose. Okay, the acromegaly is very hard to diagnose in the early stages and often goes undetected for many years and until the changes in the external features become noticeable. Guys, acromegaly is a disease which we can cure completely if we detect it in the early stages, which we can cure completely if we detect it in the early stages. But actually, this disease is very hard to diagnose without any symptom. How can, if we get a fever only, we will, if we start coughing or if we start sneezing for so long, if a common cold, then only we will detect the that we have caught of fever. It's a viral fever, and we are going to eat certain medicines like paracetamol or whatever prescribed by your doctor, right? So without any symptoms, can we move forward with any other diseases? No, never. It's very rare. So this disease goes often undetected for so long, and finally what happens, this will go very tremendous. Then you have the prolactin. What is the important function of prolactin? It regulates the growth of the mammary gland and helps in the formation of milk in them. So prolactin is a particular pituitary hormone that helps in the mammary gland formation or growth of mammary gland and the formation of milk. So name the hormone that helps in the production of milk: prolactin. Then thyroid stimulating hormone, or the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, or the TSH, stimulates and synthesis the secretion of the thyroid hormones from the thyroid gland. That all you will able to know. ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, helps in the synthesis and secretion of the steroid hormones called glucocorticoids from adrenal cortex. Guys, glucocorticoids is actually a set of hormone which is released by the adrenal cortex. Done. Then you have the luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the gonadal activity, and hence they are referred to as the gonadotropins. And hence they are referred to as the gonadotropins. In males, the LH stimulates the synthesis and secretion of a particular male hormone which is called androgen from the testes, and in males, the FSH and the androgen regulate the process of spermatogenesis. What do you mean by spermatogenesis? The process of formation of sperms. In case of females, the LH or the luteinizing hormone induces ovulation and maintains the corpus luteum, and formed from the remnants of the Graafian follicle, which is the corpus luteum formed from the remnants of the corpus luteum. So guys, many important questions is there in this slide, right? So be careful, you study the particular gland, its location. You have to study the following points. Whenever you are taking a particular gland for your reference, you have to study which gland are you studying right now. Have to study what is its location. The first point to study, its location. The name of its end hormone or the hormone that it secretes. Name of its secretion. Fourth one, the function of that secretion. Function of that secretion. Fifth one, the diseases or the disorders caused due to the over secretion or the hyper secretion or the hypo secretion of that particular hormone. So each gland, if you study hypothalamus, you have to study these five. Then guys, you can make a short note like that. You have to study write a gland, then location, secretion, function, disorder. Then next gland, pituitary gland, location, secretion, function, diseases. Pineal gland, location, function, secretion, diseases. You can write it like that and make a short note, everyone. So guys, this is actually the disease of the gigantism. This is a gigantic, and this is a dwarf. Even though the person is very short, it is a grown-up person. Okay, but according to the hyposecretion of the growth hormone, it is short. Guys, this is a normal hand, but this is the acromegaly hand. A person affected by the disease of acromegaly The hands and the face will look bulger. Okay, the face and the hand would look bulged. Done, everyone? Yes. So the follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the growth and development of the ovarian follicles in the female. Guys, ovarian follicle means it's a area where you have to see, in case of females, ovum is being located over there in the ovarian follicle. Then you will study in detail about this in class 12 human reproduction chapter. Then you have the melanocyte stimulating hormone which act on the melanocytes. What are melanocytes? Melanin containing cells and regulates the pigmentation of the skin. Actually, the functioning of the melanocyte stimulating hormone and the melanocyte just gives you whether you are fairly skinned, you are black skinned, you are white skinned, intermediate, or whatever, depends upon the melanocyte stimulating hormones activity. Done. Next is oxytocin. Oxytocin acts on the smooth muscles of our body and stimulates their contraction. Oxytocin acts on the smooth muscles of our body and stimulates its contraction. In females, it stimulates a vigorous contraction of the uterus at the time of childbirth. So, name the birth hormone. Guys, a question can come for your exam. Name the birth hormone. Which is a birth hormone? You can, without even thinking, you can give the answer as oxytocin. Okay, oxytocin is the answer. And it also helps in the milk ejection from the mammary gland. Formation of milk by prolactin. Formation of milk by prolactin. Ejection of milk is helped by what? Mammary gland. And the last part, you have the vasopressin. The vasopressin act mainly at the kidney and stimulates the reabsorption of water and electrolytes by the DCT, and thereby the reduces the loss of water through urine or prevents diuresis. So vasopressin, which is also known as ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. We have studied in the excretion chapter. It acts on the distal convoluted tubules and then it provides a reabsorption. It maintains the reabsorption of water. So, an impairment affecting the synthesis or release of ADH results in a diminished ability of the kidney to conserve water, leads to water loss and dehydration, and this disease you will call it as the diabetes insipidus. So, guys, up to which portion we have completed? I'm ending the class. We have completed up to page number 334. I'll show you how many portions are left out. Today I plan to complete up to the thymus gland. Okay, but we'll study about it in the next class. So once again, those who haven't liked the session, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave the comment. Guys, at 7 p.m., actually you won't be having the class because I have to prepare your question. I have to get ready with your question, and also our 10th standard is having an exam day after tomorrow. Have to get the questions prepared for that. So human health and disease will continue in some next class. So today evening you won't be having the class, but sharp at 8:30 I'll be posting the question in your group. Done, everyone. So happy Diwali to everyone. Enjoy your day. Study well. Stay focused with your studies. So thank you guys. See you in the next class with yet another supremely amazing session. Convey my happy Diwali regards to your family members, your parents, everybody. Okay, your siblings also, if you have one, everybody of your family, just convey my regards to everyone. Yes, see you tomorrow.